So you let me know.
Savage, we are recording.
See that?
Deadly.
See that? I'm like this. I'm like the king of Zoom. They call me the king of Zoom.
All right, well, we'll get going there. So that's us recording on for the YouTube, and then I'll set up my video recording. Savage. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Apex podcast. Today, I'm joined by Only Fitz. Thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Not about it, my man. Not about it. How are things? All good?
All good, man. All good. How have you been in general?
Yeah, good. Taking along, keeping the head down, doing what I do best.
Deadly. Okay, right. We're just going to jump straight into things because I know by the time we actually get going, we're going to ramble. So we may as well start now. So we're going to start with this Only Fitz philosophy. Give me what's going on in that head of yours.
Right. This super large head of mine. Right. So, well, in terms of the life philosophy, I tend to have quite a regimental kind of mindset. It can do me a lot of good a lot of the time. Sometimes it can do you a little bit of bad. It can hit you negatively and stuff like that as well, because it'll throw you off your routine if one thing gets changed just like that. I know yourself only talking there, as we say, about making your bed when you get up. The small little habits makes a big impact on the rest of your day. Lifestyle wise, I love to have a kind of look after yourself kind of philosophy on physical wise. Obviously, as we all know ourselves, a lot of people that would know me know what I do, especially me and you working together as colleagues and good friends. Food, love it. Family time, don't do enough of it. No shame in admitting that. Starting to pick it up a lot more as the lockdown happens. You know, you pick up the phone every other day, every other half day even. I ring my man in the morning, ring my dad in the evening, stuff like that. I like to think that I'm still keeping up a solid standard of training throughout this whole time. That has not been easy for a lot of people. Some people have a little bit more of an easier way of getting their training done. Other people just don't want to go. They just don't want to bother doing it, which is totally okay as well. Don't get me wrong. You don't want to train, don't train. Yeah, there's no, you have to do this, you have to do that. Everyone's life has been turned upside down. So in order to say, has my philosophy slightly changed amidst all this? Yes. In what way though? It's hard to tell. Do you know when I'll actually know, Dermot? When we come out of this, when life resumes to some sort of normality, then you'll know what your real kind of what your philosophy was, what you thought it was mid-lockdown, and then what it's going to be after.
Yeah, I suppose, like on the whole family side of things as well, is when we're moving at such a fast pace, this has given us a chance to stop and be like, okay, holy shit, I'm missing out on this, and this. I need a little bit more. Hate to use the word, but I maybe need a little bit more balance when it comes to everything not being solely business orientated.
There was something actually on the TV there a while ago. A very good statement. We're getting too used to living by the clock.
Yeah.
Always have to be somewhere at a certain time, get up at a certain time, meet someone at a certain time, have your dinner at a certain time, and all. Like, this is an ultimate eye opener to realize that you don't have to be always doing what you were always doing.
Yeah, and especially for like you be like that yourself, is you like the idea of living by a clock. I you get me? It's just like keeps everything organized.
It keeps everything organized. Yeah, you're actually right, and that's absolutely, once again, same as somebody like I was talking about training. If you don't train, don't train. Same as that. If you don't live by a clock, don't live by a clock. If it makes you happy and it makes you and everyone else around you kind of be like, that's a really good human being because he lives by the clock, but he doesn't let it consume him, and he's happy because he's doing that. Let the man go ahead and do that. Let the woman go ahead and do that.
So I think,
don't be judging.
I think we are, what tends to happen a lot is we get this bias towards what we do. So it's like we have, let's say when it comes to, there was a post going around on Instagram, and I can't explain it exactly, but it was about saying like, you're going through a pandemic, chill out and look after yourself. And the other one was like, you're going through a pandemic, you better come out of this with a new hobby.
100%.
And it's like, these two things are both right for both people. It depends which situation you're at. And we have one person sitting over here looking down at the other person, and vice versa, as if one is right and one is wrong. But it's just that individual bias of what you value. Like,
But what I think then,
yeah, go on, go for.
what I think then is why are people throwing shade at other people for how they live their lives? So they must have something going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like personally, I haven't. I've seen. I have seen what you've seen, and we follow a lot of similar people now as well. So like I've seen what you see, and I don't feel that either of them is wrong, or as you said there, they are both right. But I've never had an opinion of one over the other. That's all.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to bring up is like, let's say you're in a position where you're following these two people and they're both posting it, and they're both coaches. Let's just say, for example, and you kind of sit in the middle, like, which one am I supposed to listen to? Which one's for me? And it's like, if I do one, I feel guilty because I'm not doing the other, and it's like two different people. Like, maybe it is your time to chill out and spend time with your family, or maybe this is your time to put your head down and work.
Yeah, well, and then that would actually cause you to look at yourself pre-coronavirus. So were you always chasing something, always doing something beforehand? If you were, then it is a good time to chill out. If you were always a lazy ass fuck, then maybe the lockdown and the pandemic was a good thing for you to start to maybe get the finger out, let's say, a little bit. So yeah, you could actually look. See, but this is the thing about your mind, man. Where were you at beforehand to where do you feel like that you could be? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, if you were always lazy and you stayed lazy, you're going to come out lazy. If you were lazy, you start to do a little bit, you might come out a little bit better. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's a very good context way to put it, actually.
I knew we were going to use that word. Lazy. It is my least favorite word ever.
And there's a lot of people there. There's a lot of people that have that mentality, you know. There's a lot of people that, and like you can see it in them as well, even how they talk. Someone, I don't know if someone that talks lazy. Like, I listen, I'll give them 30 seconds of my time. I'm sorry. Other than that, sorry. You can be the nicest person in the world, like.
Just suck the soul out of you.
Yeah, that's it. And then make you tired.
Yeah, I suppose we could go and ramble about how important the environment is and stuff. Like when it comes to the people that you surround yourself with are going to either. It's a lot easier for somebody to pull you down than it is for you to pull them up.
Yeah, that's the definition of a strong person. Someone who wouldn't let someone do that to them.
Okay, right. Let's jump into home training, home programming, your kind of your thought process behind it. And then I'll just touch on whatever I think about after. Go on, go for it.
The programming, home programming. If you're good at putting them together, put one together yourself. If you're not good, ask someone. Don't make them anywhere near as long as, or I wouldn't, let's just say, I'm not saying don't. I would not make them anywhere near as long in duration as you would have your sessions if you're in the gym. 40 minutes, maybe 45, touching on a good decent warm-up as well. In duration, 40, 45 minutes, sometimes even 35 on the chance of. I've done a 35-minute there this morning with a client, and she felt unreal. There was 8 exercises, only 3 sets, a little bit of tempo stuff, nothing really sweaty, but just good, solid full body movements, functional stuff, compounds. Plan them so much that people have a certain area. So let's say if I say client A, you're going to do your sessions in the kitchen. The kitchen is now your gym for those 45, 50 minutes that we have boxed in together. Put your gym gear on, get your towel, get your water, have yourself in that mindset that you're actually leaving your house to go to the gym. Keep that going.
Make a big deal out of it.
Make a big deal out of it. Have it as your go-to time. In terms of programming as in exercises, I like to, you're a lot better off with time on attention. This is solely if you're looking at strength and hypertrophy and stuff like that. If you're looking at the big bang sweat stuff, don't do big bang sweat stuff in your gaff. Get outside.
Yeah, go for a run.
Simple as go for it. And if big bang sweat, if it's really, really nice out like it is today, an absolute cracker, get your bike out if you have them, get a second hand one if you have them, ask someone for one if you have them. If you can't run, walk. If you're a jogger, jog. you know what I mean? If you love doing sprints, get your sprints on. That'd be the only really, really massively taxing and demanding type of cardio that I would recommend is out and out sprints. Other than that, you're just doing a little bit of cardio, you know. Once again, not everyone can do sprints though, but that's the kind of view on the home program. I don't know about isolation. A lot of people can do isolation at home. They've got the good mindsets, the equipment. I think I've seen you doing extensions with a band and you wrap the band around the bottom and stuff. I never even knew that you could do that until I seen you doing it. I think I've seen one of the other boys, Mark Hodson, doing it, another one of our peers. Stuff like that, I never would have even thought. So actually looking at other people's home programming as well as yours, people might look at yours like, geez, that was deadly. Other people might look at someone else like, Jesus, I never even would have thought of that. That's the kind of imagination.
Yeah, so like 6 months ago, if you had asked me to do a home program, I would have laughed at you. I would have said, no, you're not building any muscle from home. You're just not. But like, when you have to, like, I've put together some absolutely awful program. Like, that would be far tougher than being in the gym. And
yeah,
like, so when it comes to progressing, one of the most important things is, like, your body doesn't know the difference between a squat and that's not a good example. Body doesn't know the difference between a set of 6 and a set of 20. All it knows is motor unit recruitment and its ability to actually have to act against a force. And like, if we have that ability to actually train hard, like sets of 6 with 2 reps in reserve is easy. It's easy. You got to build muscle when you're in the gym. That's easy. That's fun stuff. It's getting stronger. We have the ability to add a little kilo here and there. But when it comes to training at home and you're doing sets of 25 split squats, it's tough.
Yes,
it's tough as fuck. And we need to take these close to fail to that, like, get them effective reps. And that's when it comes to, if we've learned how to train hard, we will continue to progress at home.
But do you feel that those, if let's say you do split squats 25s, you are getting so taxed and your muscles are getting quite fatigued and stuff like that, then it comes into your mind. But that's for another day. If you're getting smoked on those on that set, on that particular exercise, they have a knock-on effect
on the
further exercises down the program.
Absolutely. But like, if we're programming a split squat and we're still tracking our numbers, when it comes to the sets that we're doing further on, or the sets that we're doing further on, the movements that we're doing further on, if that's having an effect on a performance there, but we can continue to progress, and we can still continue to put effort into them, then our ability to actually put on tissue is still there.
It's still there. Yes, absolutely.
So like, that's one of the things that is kind of overtaught, is that it doesn't really matter what, to a certain extent now, what sequence we do these exercises in, if we can progress. No, I'm not saying to do your big meaty movements at the end of your training, but like, if you, let's say you're really fatigued and you throw your tricep extensions on at the end of your training, and let's say you're after trying to push, you're not going to be as strong on them, but your ability to get them effective reps is still going to be there.
For sure, yeah.
Do you have anything to add to that?
Like, I feel that, sorry, I'm just going to fix the camera. I feel, I get what you're saying, but then that will come with muscle experience.
Yeah.
So if you're 18 months deep in muscle training, hypertrophy training, and you've got a good element of fitness there now as well, I think that throwing in or programming in, not just throwing in, programming in your tricep extensions, let's say, or else your bicep curls, you can go that little bit further because you know what your muscle's capable of. You know what's tolerable. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to just be like, oh, right, I'll cap myself at 10 because I'm just feeling a little bit tired. People that are maybe 5-6 months into weightlifting, let's say, they might back out on 10. Whereas you know damn well, you've done it umpteen amount of times in the past. If you're programming 15, 16 reps, you're going to go to that 15, 16 reps. even if it's exercise number 5, exercise number 6 down your program, you've been busting to go for the last 50 minutes, 55 minutes in the gym. All your big bang movements are done, as you said. You know you're going to go there. Whereas some people just won't. But some people beat themselves up because they can't go to where they see Joe on the other side of the gym do. And you're like, you need to chill out because you're not him.
Practice.
Or another female's like, you're not her. How come she's able to go down that way? I want to do the program she's doing all. And then as the trainer and the coach that we are, it's very hard. Sorry, I'm rambling, but it's very hard to try to get them into the mindset of looking after themselves first instead of trying to do the 90-minute, 75-minute, 90-minute program that Sharon's doing across the gym, and she's a beast.
I suppose that's when it comes down to, like, this program is built for you. This program is built for your training age, like your recovery capacity. Everything that happens outside of the gym goes into this program. It's not this person that we have on Instagram that's enhanced and has been training for 10 years. Like, you're not going to progress. Everything works. Okay, so you will still progress to some extent following this program. But if you have a program that's actually tailored to your recovery capacity, and like your ability to progress there is so much better.
And they seem to, like, sometimes clients, like I'd love to be in a client's shoes for a while and look at me from the outside, because, like, they ask now. I love every single one of them. They're absolutely amazing. Do you know what I mean? And they value me as well, but they ask some awful stuff. And it's stuff that they want a different answer than what they're getting. And, like, they know they're going to get, especially from me, because you know me, Big D, like, the straightest answer you can get is how it's going to be. And if you don't want to hear it, well, then maybe I'm not the coach or the trainer for you. Because if you want to get an answer that you want to hear, even though you know that it's not going to do you any good, you want me to tell you to eat 3,000 calories and you're still going to lose weight. Obviously, it is within reason, depends on the person and the background and lifestyle and stuff. If you want me to tell you that you will continue to, then fair enough. But, like, if you also tell me that you want the biggest hit program, but you've two of the dodgiest knees in all the land, come on, like, do you know what I mean? You want to be able to run, but you can't. But you're going to try get me to change your response to, or so you want me to try and change how you actually look at your training, let's say, as in the running. If you want me to say, oh, do you know what, your knees are all right. So, only Fit said my knees are all right, so they must be all right, so I'm going to go off running. No, it doesn't work that way. Do you know what I mean? You're paying me for my knowledge, and you're paying me for my program, paying me for lifestyle enhancement and stuff. Then take my answers on board. Do you ever get that? Or have you ever got that?
Yeah. Especially from people that are kind of like, I have a nice example there. So say somebody's really experienced and they are married to their way of training, and they have got some progress following some program.
Yeah.
And for you to sit down, look back at their old program and be like, muck. That's
exactly it.
Like, and because they know that they've made progress on this program, they're married to it. It's like if
where's the line where you stop making progress? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Are you technically not still allowed to let said individual continue with their program if they continue to make progress?
No, because that's when it comes down to, like, your adherence side of things and being able to enjoy.
Yeah.
But what we can do is be like, okay, right, well, what out of these movements what about this program was it that you enjoyed? And it's like, okay, let's take these. Let's say, for example, somebody's following a bro split. It's like, okay, let's take these movements that you're doing. Let's split the volume here. There's our start. Run with that for the next 4 to 6 weeks. See how it goes. See if you start to progress faster. Like, you have put as you were saying, like, you're paying me, put your trust in me, give it a go for 4 to 6 weeks. And as you build up that client coach relationship, come 6 weeks in, they'll just be like, tell me what to do.
Yeah. And the client A would need to know in advance, or even let's say even on the consultation. Well, I suppose no, that's on us then as the coach and the trainers in the consultation. You're going to question a lot of stuff for the first month and a half,
And that's great, dude.
and exactly. I was just going to say, please do, and anything you have, if you're busy work during the day or whatever the case is, you don't get a chance to get in touch, write it down, put it in your notes in your phone, all that kind of stuff, and then shoot me over all the questions that I want that whether let's say you have a lot or if you've only got one or two, like, well, shoot them over to me, and then as you said there, when it comes to that 6-week period or 8-week period or the month period, then they're like, right, okay, what this person's asked me to do as my coach, it's worked. Now you have all my attention.
Yeah.
And now you've all my love. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially now. We'll touch on this probably later, but let's say I get this a lot. It's like, let's say somebody's been following an extremely restricted diet, and you like, let's just calorie wise. Let's say somebody's been following a 1,200 calorie diet, which females can do,
Yeah.
and you pull them up to 1,800, and they're like, I'm not gonna lose weight, and it's like, to build that relationship, that trust relationship, is hard as well.
Yeah, and they actually don't know the other factors and stuff. They're following 1,200. They could still be burning 2.
Yeah.
But they don't know that because they don't care what they're burning. They only like what they care about is what they're actually consuming at the time. Like, so you could be 65 kilo, 66 kilo. Do you know what I mean? I have a lot of female clients that are in around that. So we've got a couple of about 70 and stuff, and they're like they keep trying to they keep trying to take 100 kilo or 100 calories off me, 200 calories off me. I'm like, no, don't be leaving the 100 calories on the plate, on the table, in the bowl. Don't put it into your fucking body. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like, because you know what's going to happen? You won't get that extra 5 kilo on that deadlift. You won't get that glute bridge on your 100 kilo that you talk. You won't get that, and then you'll wonder why. Do you know what I mean? People think you eat less and you keep your energy. No, you don't. Doesn't work that way.
Exactly. Like, if we can change that focus from fat loss to performance, tissue, building new muscle, getting stronger, adding kilos, and if we can kind of shift that focus, and the fat loss will come. But if we can really get our lifestyle factors in check, if we can start to progress and feel strong and feel good in the gym, as I said, the fat loss will come.
And see what I've actually funny, it's actually going to touch back on it now. The philosophy side of things, you asked me to start. This is a part that I left out. I'm a lot more health based now than I am pushing goals, pushing boundaries, chasing the pump, whacking on the tissue all the time and stuff like that. I've very much fear, and that's where I think I love the dynamic of RGMFBT, is because there's a lot of different dynamics in there, and everyone can learn from everyone, and everyone can kind of ask questions to everyone. The same way like you forward questions, I'll forward them your way and stuff like that. I'm a lot more about the health of what physical exercise is doing now, the health of what strength does. Like, you know, like the infections you can fight, how much less likely you are to injury with the more muscle you have, how much healthier your joints can be. Do you know what I mean? The fitter you are, the harder you are to be caught by a murderer. You know yourself, all that good stuff. But seriously, like, it's mad. It's just the health side of it. Like, I haven't felt healthier, and I eat chocolate every day.
Yeah, and I think that's really, really important to point out that, like, there is a scale, and let's say if you're watching the camera, I have performance here, and I have health here. We can't get to optimal, like absolute optimal performance and maintain optimal health. It's like, but what we can do is maybe get like optimal health and like 85% of max performance.
That's where I feel I am. I feel that's me right now.
Yeah, and that is for 98% of the population all you will ever need to be. As opposed to, like, obviously, like, when it comes to the other 15% performance, when it comes to like bodybuilding competitions, weight cuts for powerlifting, weight cuts for MMA, that, as I said, 95 or 85%, 95% of people don't need to worry about ever.
yeah, just, I see all those people, but then also that comes to the security that they have in their own body, their own mindset, and stuff like that, and who they are as a person. They're secure enough to not feel like they need to be in that 5%.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just even me again, for example, like in terms of health, I think my health made me perform like that time when I ran the marathon. Like that was like I did 12 miles, and that was it. That's the longest I ever ran. Do you know what I mean? And then I went and doubled that, and then some as well, because I was in such a good healthy position. I had a proper bit of muscle all around my joints, and I had a damn good mindset to go ahead and just do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's your things. I wasn't in that 5% bracket of optimal performance. Do you know what I mean? I was in that bracket of I feel super, super healthy. If I need to go a little bit slower, I'll go a little bit slower. See, that's the thing about the running as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Weightlifting and stuff, and like you know me, I can move. Do you know what I mean? But like the running side of things, you can. It's quite similar to weightlifting. You're going too fast, slow down. You're lifting too heavy, take the weight. Do you know what I mean? There's all sorts of variables and things you can do to work in your favor. Do you know what I mean? You restrict that couple of kilo, you'll get there in a week or in the 2 weeks or in the 3 weeks or in whatever it is. You can't get to those 26 miles. You do your 18, do your 14. Do you know what I mean? Just don't be an idiot about it. Do you know what I mean? Leave the ego aside for a while. If you're not there yet, that's what I mean. But if you're in that 5% and you're going for it, you have to progress at all costs. So there's the two brackets of people, you know.
Yeah, and I like, even when it comes to like body composition, your health is going to be a massive deciding factor as well. Like when it comes to your lifestyle factors, like let's use stress and sleep as health markers. Like they're going to have massive impacts on body composition. That, like, hence why it's like, as you said, being more health focused. I think it's massively important that we do that.
Yeah.
Like unless your client base is competition prep or like weightlifting, water cutting for weightlifting, which as I said, we're just not, to a certain extent, then being so kind of health focused is really, really important.
Super, super important. Yeah, no, I'm on it. It's a good thing that you agree with stuff like that as well, because when it comes down to the health of your clients, if they progressively, like, please God, it was a really slow progression, but if they progressively got more unhealthy and their body went through the roof, the thing with society today is and stuff like is they care more about the look than they do about the insides, you know. Now I don't know who they are. I'm not narrowing it down to any one person, any one group of individuals and stuff like that. But they get so insecure and stuff that they care more about the looks than they do about how they feel. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
It's a mad game. It's a mad game.
Especially with the whole kind of Instagram and stuff. It's so easy to fall into that trap of if I look this way, I'll be deemed sexy, or yeah, and it's like, and that bothers me a lot, that people would chase a body composition goal for the complete wrong reasons, when they should be more.
Say, I'd nearly even say, stop following those kind of people. No, I'm not talking about you. I mean people who have that, like, if they have that real insecurity, if they do have that body that they want to chase of someone else's, like, I mean, just stop following them. It's a button on your phone.
Yeah,
there for a reason.
It's gonna make you feel better as well.
Make you feel so much better.
And as like, it's really, really important if you're kind of in that situation, that you're not worried about your body fat and you're more worried about kind of self-acceptance, and that being your value and your goal. It's like, let's just take body composition, performance, put it out the window. I'm trying to feel good.
Yeah. And then, I get you. But then there's people that take that a self-acceptance, and they run with it, and they actually end up, but then they end up coming like so overweight, and then they're either back to square one or else going to blame something or someone else for them going through that self-acceptance phase, but they went through it tenfold.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There is a line as well, because believe you me, especially in what we do, like, we'd have to be the first people to say, right here, hang on a second, client B, you need to kind of rein it back there now a little bit as well, because you're talking about self-acceptance, but then also, as much as body composition, your health isn't the primary factor as well. But being obese, your health is no longer the primary factor either. You know, and that's where I feel that we're so lucky that we have all sorts of clients in the general population that you can learn from. Like, people think that they come in, they learn off us all the time. Honestly, if the guys that are watching and listening that are clients and they're not actual trainers, they're just people that like the gym, you've no idea how much we learn from individuals as well at the same time. No idea. It's a mad. It's just crazy. Like we're never hearing the clients not there. It never works that way. Not in my mind anyway. I know you're not the same either. Like, you have to listen and talk.
Yeah, I think that we'll touch on that when it comes to being a new PT. It's like, get really good at listening. Like, speak less, ask good questions, get good questions, and just listen. Okay, so where are we going from here? Motivation in quarantine.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need to have it. Sorry, you don't need to have it. You don't need to be motivated in quarantine the way it is right now. What should you be? Well, okay, so let's dissect this then a little bit. Motivation for training, you don't have to. Motivation for, I don't know, keeping yourself afloat financially. Yes, it is quite a necessary thing. Obviously, you know yourself, because if we're alive, that means we're spending money. Motivation to just, I don't know, stay on the boat, don't fall off. Do you know what I mean? That's the biggest kind of kicker I'll be talking about right now, would be, or even referring to or advising on. You don't have to always wake up motivated for every single day. Like, do you know what I mean? I've had some shitty ass days, like, do you know what I mean, where you're just like, oh, fuck this, like, come on, I'm getting a bit anxious, I want to go back to work. Will my job be the same for a lot of time after this? Or when will it go back to normal? Will it stay this for a long time? Excuse me. But it's, your question was motivation. Train, though, you don't always have to.
Yeah.
That's it.
I said we'll touch on everything else now. So I meant as kind of as a whole, motivation to just stay on track with everything. So I really like to just have just the idea of having my behaviors in line with what's important to me, what my goals are, as consistently as I can. So what's important to me, goals wise, is here, and the behaviors that I need to be doing to keep them in line. That's not it. I'm not motivated to have these two things in line. I just know how important it is that I am working towards that goal. You get me? So I will have a feeling of incontent if my behaviors don't match my values.
Are you talking relationship behaviors, diet behaviors, training behaviors, sleep behaviors?
Everything.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So and I suppose just I don't like using the if it's not important to you, because like these things are important, but we lose that sense of drive towards them. But if we can take a second, chill out, and be like, okay, reasoning behind why I started this whole process, and how am I going to kind of feel by not training and not sticking to my plan? You get me? So I think if we can just consistently have your behaviors in line with where you want to be, then like that's that's what's going to take you to your goal, and it's not going to be this temporary motivation. But I think what we can do is, in these periods that we are really, really motivated, use them to set yourself up for success. So
Well, I find sorry to go, but I find this I find discipline follows motivation really, really closely.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So if we can be disciplined enough to do these behaviors, the motivation will come. Yeah, absolutely.
But then again, some people, as you're saying, if you have the motivation, or if you say you have the motivation but you're not getting to where you want to be, then you never really wanted it bad enough in the first place.
Yeah. And it takes practice, and it takes failing for you to, like, I had a consult with one of the lads from Spectrum. He's a psychologist, and he was talking about we emphasize so much on preparing to, or if you don't set yourself up to win, you're setting yourself up for failure. You know what I'm trying to say.
I understand. Yeah.
Fail to prepare to fail.
Yeah.
But we should also be preparing for that failure. Not that we know it's there, but like, these things are going to happen. We're going to make these bad decisions, but it's how we use this and move on for it. So we mess up in some way, shape, or form when it comes to our field. It's just been like, okay, over with, back on track kind of thing. Not, oh, I failed, I'm such a failure, fuck it, let's go deeper, and you end up digging yourself into a deeper hole. It's like, okay, I failed, let's move on. I hate looking at it as the word I failed, but you know what I mean. It's
yeah, no, totally. And you can fail food wise, and you can also fail on a rep. Who gives a shit? You do. So you're in control of getting back to making up for that failure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making up for that missed meal. Failed, dropped the bar off me on my back squat, whatever the case is. I had 2 extra slices of cheese on that meal. Like, you know what I mean? So what? Yes, if it matters to you enough, you wouldn't do it in the first place. But also as well, this is where my health side of things is coming in. I'm also like, if you beat yourself up, your hole's getting deeper, like you just said, and your hole's deeper in your mind. Do you know what I mean? So using the metaphor, the hole's definitely deeper in your mind. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a slippery slope, though, isn't it, D? If you go there, like, you know, if you go there, it's it's a slippery one. Do you know what I mean? We could even use ourselves for example as well. Like, so I mean, you think we were always in Whopper Nick? No, we were never always in Whopper Nick. We had our bad times as well. Like, you know what I mean? Especially when you were a nipper and all as well. Like, eating what you wanted, going out with the lads, going down the park, all the lads, all the girls drinking cans of Druids, 10 of them a night and all, like, ridiculous carry on. Do you know what I mean? But as you said, we went. I meant 2. Sorry, I meant to say 2 there. Well, look, you know yourself. This is the point I was trying to make there was that, like, you have to go there in order to realize, you know, and there's some people in the world that just never even have to go there either, and kudos to them.
Yeah. But on that note, I think you're probably not going to have that epiphany of, you know, wake up one morning, go, fuck me, I'm going to change my life. We have to just be consistent with the little things, and these little things add up, and then you have built towards this so and so called success that you wanted in the first place.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah.
And I agree. And like said, just the way I was saying, it's a slippery slope on the way down, but also it doesn't have to be that steep of a hill on the way back up. As you said, you don't just make it in a waking moment. You know, you make it over days, weeks, months. Do you know what I mean? People around you, you know, small little habits consistently. You know, they make into one big, good, healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely, deadly. Okay, so we're gonna move on to becoming a new personal trainer and the ins and outs of this very, very scary industry that a lot of people don't do the course and actually don't end up using.
Scary industry. Yeah, I don't think it's that. I don't know. I don't think it's that. No, even when I was there now, I'm not talking now because I'm in it now. It must be 6 years now. I'm not saying now. I mean, even at the time, I didn't think it was that scary. But well, yeah, okay, right. I didn't think it was that scary because I was training since I was 15, 16 in the gym environment. I was part of a football team. I was loads of mates in school. When I went to study then in college, there was always people around me. People were always talking to me, and also I felt very socially comfortable, confident.
Yeah,
Through all these situations that I just found myself in. But then when it comes down to the scary side of starting, yes, it is a little bit more of a daunting thing because if you're stepping straight onto the floor, you're trying to approach people you've never met before and trying to get them to pay you to help them. Not I know we'll delve a little bit deeper. So just the gist of my little points. Not wanting to listen to your peers, thinking you can do it on your own. That all has to be left aside real quick.
yeah. So yeah. Let's go.
Start with the first one. Going onto the gym floor. Can I start with that one?
Yeah, go for it.
So, like, when you're walking onto the gym floor, say hello to a lot of people. You know what I mean? That your facial expressions, how you dress, your facial expressions, and how you are with the people that are working in the place at the same time. If let's just say it's a communal gym, so there's other trainers there and stuff like that as well. Like, yeah, just be real polite. A nice bit of social chat. You know, have a little bit of chat. It doesn't always have to just be a hello, but the hello is definitely the big kicker. Have clean shoes. Have your kicks nice and clean, fresh pair of socks. And just start with the smaller little things, the same as your mentality, like we were talking about. Start with your mentality. Have a little bit of a plan though as well. You know what I mean? Don't be going in off a whim either. You know, have a like if you're going to be doing classes, if you're going to be like a rental scheme, if you're going to be teaching classes in order to look after your rent and stuff like that. More than likely, a lot of gyms are doing that, so that might be the position that you might step into. Have some sort of a class kind of structure that you feel might be good to follow. That is, you better believe that's where you pick up a good few clients pretty quick. You know what I mean? So everyone's always watching. As much as you think that they're not, they are always watching in terms of classes, how you are on the gym floor. And a lot of times, if you get referred to, it's not always true online. It's not through your Instagram. It's literally that word of mouth is a huge kicker. So how you'd want your man to talk about you, or your dad, your sister to talk about you, you want your clients to talk to their friends or their family relatives and stuff about you as well.
Yeah, so I think we'll take our time with this one. But very recently, there's been a lot going around about how much of a saturated industry this is. And I kind of find that very funny because I don't look at that as a bad thing. I look at that as an opportunity to stand out. All of that is an opportunity for you to stand out. If you can really offer value, then you'll be absolutely okay.
You should not worry. Yeah, totally agree. So we were actually in the gym. When was it? I can't remember when it was. But anyway, Mark was saying the same thing. And I think Tommy said as well. During this time, sorry, I know it's going off a little bit. So I'm not talking about the new people coming into the industry right now, but your clients that are eager to get back with you amidst all this lockdown, it says a damn well lot about us. Do you know what I mean? Like if amidst all this you lost all your clients, you should really be maybe taking a look at yourself as well, and the value you are providing for your group of clients and your said clients. I feel like you'd want to be taking a look at yourself. But if it was guys, oh sorry, here's another actually. Just regards to like people that are looking to come into the industry. Don't like if you see a lot of people personal trainers stuff like stopping being personal trainers now because of what's happening with the virus and stuff. Don't follow them. Do you know what I mean? Don't run from the self-employment side of things. Like, do you know what I mean? It has an awful lot to provide. Excuse me, for us as being self-employed people. It's not really what a lot of people make it out to be and stuff. Like, the people that throw shade on self-employment, they probably failed.
Yeah. So I think one of the most important things when getting into this industry is not having a backup plan. So what I mean is that this is, a lot of people do a PT, fucking 4-month course, be grand. Let's do it. $3,000. Yeah, I'll be a PT, 50 quid an hour, daddy. Nah. If you are getting into this industry, it's forever. You need to still be able to, you need to be able to offer value when you're fucking 60 years old. You're not pushing a prowler up and down Nastro at 60. You're not. But, or if you are, incredible.
Yeah.
So you need to, no company opens up and makes profit in the first year. You open up a cafe, you're probably or you open up a gym or a cafe or whatever, you're in debt for how long? A good bit. And I think it's really important that we don't become PTs and start to ball, let's say, and that we can take this is how I feel. We can take profit, and we have a percentage of this that goes purely towards us being better coaches. Courses, seminars, getting ourselves a coach. These things that are going to be invaluable, like so much value to your clients. And as I said, the more value you can consistently offer to people, the more people will stick around.
Totally. I've got a couple of things on that. Yeah. Don't have a backup plan. Yes, I agree. On not having a backup plan, you mean as in another job backup plan?
Yeah, all eggs in one basket.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to be PT and I'm going to be PT for the next. You know what I mean? I
understand. Yeah, you're going to go wholesale into it. So when I started, when I was studying, I was working at McDonald's, and I was there for, it must have been the first just over a year. I was working there while I was studying to become PT, and then when I started in my first gym for the first year. Now, absolutely unbelievable employers. They bent over backwards. They gave me the time off when my client base started to rise up. They cut me hours down to just doing half of it there because they knew that I was progressing in my client base and stuff like that.
Was this Flyfit?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, and then they sorry, I wasn't sure we were allowed to say names on it. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's just chat. And yeah, so when I started there, whatever the pattern was, McDonald's were like, yeah, no problem. We understand that you're not going to stay here forever, so we will allow you to go ahead and chase what you're trying to chase right now because we understand that that's your preferred career. So I was going wholesale in. They were looking after me, and then once clients started to come up, hours started to come down in the other job, and then eventually I just went all eggs in one basket, and then that was it. I didn't go from not employed to chasing so many clients at the time. I had a couple of bob there that was still steadily coming in. That is important.
Yeah, I agree. I really, really agree. That you obviously it's you need to be able to afford to be a PT. So I couldn't agree more on that.
Yeah, like transport, getting out. I had a car, food, rent. Do you know what I mean? I know at the time I was living at home, but you know yourself, rent to the folks and stuff. Saving at the same time for said rainy days. You know what I mean? If you had a loan out, all that kind of stuff as well. Yeah, so it was a very real thing. But as you said, they were backing me, and it sounds it's so ironic working at McDonald's training to become a personal trainer. It's gas, but like everyone was saying to you, like I heard that they are unbelievable employers and stuff like. Do you know what I mean? It's gas. We're actually talking on a health and fitness podcast, and we're bigging up McDonald's. But like that's exactly what happened. As the employers, they were like, "Go ahead and do it. You've given us a lot of your hard work and time and stuff like that. So we're going to allow you to go and thrive on your preferred career. Happy days." And then Flyfit at the time can't say any bad stuff about them and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They were absolutely amazing. Classes were deadly. Once again, it was big. But the other thing is, I was there when it was brand new. So I was first one there. Give or take. I was always the first group. So you have a brand new membership of people coming in. You have a brand new client base. They don't know anyone. You know no one. But then you better believe, let's say there's 10 trainers in a 3-floor, 250 people, 10 to 250. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're going to get to know you real fast. And that's actually what happened. And I was absolutely blessed that I stepped into a brand new gym. Wasn't the same in FBT. FBT was well established at that time, but I knew a lot of people because it was still in the same area as well. So a lot of people that knew me, knew where I was going, they came with me. So I was very grateful for that. It said a lot about that. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are going to be a new and upcoming and aspiring PT and stuff, if you're going into a place that's already busy, it can really have its good benefits. And also, if it's a brand new unit, a brand new gym, brand new setup as well, the world is your oyster when it comes to the gym floor then also.
Savage. I didn't know that about you, sadly.
Yeah. That's so
okay.
I thought we chatted about that before. Yeah, I thought we chatted about that. Yeah. Mad.
So,
and now look.
Would you? So one thing that I really, really do like about FBT, and we said it at the start, is everybody says hello. You know everybody's name. It's great. So it's real kind of, and you don't get that in big commercial gyms. So like in that sense, we are quite lucky with that. I suppose another thing that you have to learn to do is say no. You're not the PT for everybody. So like the people are gonna come to you, and you're not gonna be like, one, they may not suit your niche, but like, let's not worry about that. Sometimes there's better coaches out there. So let's say, for example, somebody came to me and their goal was, it was a sport specific goal. I want to get fitter, stronger, build more muscle because it's going to have carryover into my GA. I'd point them towards you, as opposed to me being like, yeah, I can help. It's like,
yeah,
yes, I can, but probably not to the extent that like somebody else can help better.
Yeah.
And I think that being honest in that situation will stand to you in the long run.
Yeah, and likewise for you, in terms of your niche as well. And I can't even tell you the amount of referrals I've gave, and I was so happy for the clients that they found more value in a different trainer because it was based on what they were looking for.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And then they actually said thanks to me, but then that actually shows a lot of realness as well. So that shows that you're not just chasing money, you're not just chasing that euro sign. Do you know what I mean? There's people, like, you're referring to someone else. The coach is very, very thankful to you, just being like, yeah, sell, man, honestly, really appreciate that. Thanks so much. Even some of the females as well. And then they also, the client, or the let's not, because it wouldn't be a client, the member of the gym will be just like, thanks so much for stuff. I'm getting on really, really well. But don't get me wrong, you still ask how that potential client, not to be anymore, is getting on. You still keep in touch with them. You still ask them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because let's say I refer a client to you, I'm not going to all of a sudden stop talking to that client on the gym floor. I'll even go over. If he's around your 2 or 3 minute break or whatever, I'll just go over. I'll be like, oh, Sharon, how are you getting on? Oh, Joe, how are you getting on? Oh, he's looking after you. Make a little bit of a joke. It's just a little bit of a smile, and then off you go. Have a great day. See you later.
Brilliant. Very, very good. Have you got anything to add?
Okay, we'll strip it right back for, say, just to the original question you asked me was for the new guys. Learn to, what you just said there. Sorry, learning to say no. That was actually one that I actually missed. Have such an open mind, and if all of this lockdown stuff and all that kind of jazz has brought any sort of information or motivation to the table for us as humans, it's to just make sure that you know where your values are and know where your bread is buttered, know exactly what matters. And yeah, like just make sure that you have all your stuff in check. You don't want to come out. No one's coming out with this shit with a PhD. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're coming out with like, unless you were studying obviously beforehand, but you know what I mean. If you have your shit in order, everything is still going to continue to be okay. Like, do you know what I mean? It will absolutely continue to be okay. I couldn't stress how much more of an eye opener this has been for me as well. Like, do you know what I mean? From making me bed to doing that session online with my client, like it's just it really really hits home. Like, do you know what I mean? It does hit home. And even as well, like I'll be lying if I say I'm not going down to the gym now. I don't care. There, I said it. I'm still going down to the gym. Do you know what I mean? Going down, do me a bit of training, and it's fresh. Bump into you. You just have that bit of normality. And if someone's going outside their zones a little bit for the sake of a little bit of normality, I'm not bothering anyone, then leave them. Leave them 100%. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. Especially with how taxing this can be on your mental health. It's really important that you can keep some sort of normality of the things that really matter.
Totally. We actually miss a lot of that mental health. Like, I mean, maybe you should put me on another one. We'll have a little chat about that side of things as well. But that's a big factor. Big factor. Totally agree. What training does for your mental health? My clients are on to me. Oh, I just want to get out of the gaff. That's what they said to me. They've been training, yeah, but they just want to get out of the gaff and get back to some sort of human socializing. Not with people that they live with, not with people that they work with, not the people that are working from home with on the Zoom calls 5 times a day and stuff. They want to get out, fresh air. As you know yourself, on the guidelines, there's 3 people allowed train outside now at any one time, provided social distance stuff. Like, if your trainer's providing it, if you can do it with your mates, even if you don't have a trainer, if you're doing it with a family member, stuff like that, I can't stress it enough to absolutely do that. The most of the thing is, I can't wait to just get out of the house and get back to some sort of normality. That's the number one comment that I'm hearing.
Yeah, I agree.
Home workouts only get so far, brother.
Also, like, we're not going to go down another rabbit hole, but you can talk about like how adherence can go out the window because of our ability to manage stress at the moment, because we're stressed. Your ability, like if you're intuitively eating and you eat the hunger cues and you're stressed, it's out the window. So we won't go down that rabbit hole, but
No, you're right though. No, you are right. You are. That is another conversation as well. Like, these are all cans of worms that can definitely be opened in due course. But yeah, they're definitely the adherence adherence and stress. Like, do they run parallel? Do you know what I mean? It is an absolutely tricky one. You know, like sometimes like I have a fuck it button. Do you know what I mean? You know, I do as well. Like, you know, sometimes it's just there's whatever it was that went on during the day. You may have had a bad conversation with someone. You end up hitting that fuck it button. Do you know what I mean? Thank God it happens a lot less than it does happen. Obviously, thank God. But also times where it doesn't happen at all and you are unstoppable. Do you know what I mean? Food's on point, training's on point, cardio's on point, hydration's on point, sleep is on point, sex is on point. Do you know what I mean? All this kind of stuff. It's unreal. Like, it's unreal. But don't beat yourself up when you have those bad days.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think on that note, the extra adherence can come from a coach. Like, I will continue to have a coach forever. I'm currently working with Brian O'Hagan and Mark Hodson. So Mark Hodson has did all my food, and you best believe I wasn't staying on track with food if I didn't have him. So that having somebody there for a weekly check-in is of massive value. If it's really important to you and you can afford it.
Yeah.
I think I have one last thing to touch on when it comes to personal training. Our beginning, study-wise, you need your course isn't telling you enough. Your course is not giving you enough. You need, and studying isn't YouTube videos. It isn't Instagram posts. Don't get me wrong. Some Instagrams will offer you massive value, but they give you sound bites where you need to dig further. So making sure, like I was talking about courses and stuff. You don't need courses, books. Books are cheap, and they're going to help you, and they're going to offer you massive value as a coach. They're going to give you the why, what, and how behind what you actually do. Be careful when it comes to Instagram. So we see a lot of things that look sexy and don't really offer us much bang for our buck. So I would recommend that just really stick to the most simplistic things. So if you're doing an RDL, don't raise somebody's toes up in the RDL. Little things like that you potentially pick up off Instagram that are of no benefit and maybe some detriment. Learning active ranges and stuff like that will have carryover to your coaching and to your clients' training. Is also of massive value. Now, these things do come. They come with time, and they also come with the standard of your PT course as well, I suppose.
The standard of your PT course, yeah, that's very true. Actually, yeah, that's actually really that's a really good a good thing. Cause like if you're going to be studying for 6 years, if you're going to do a 6-year course and all, like as you said, like the value of some of them isn't really a thing. You know what I mean? Like that I know 6-year courses don't actually exist in terms of, unless you're going down the science route and stuff like that. But like just the PT course and stuff, they are short. They're short and sharp, high turnover. You know what I mean? Get everyone out into the industry and stuff like that. They should totally agree. They should absolutely have a lot more studying than what the cert gives you.
Yeah.
Reach out to people. You know. Ask, reach out. If you have a lot of friends that are quite interested in the in health and fitness as well and personal training, definitely like get together, have the Zoom, that kind of stuff, have your chats, all that kind of jazz. You know, I don't do it enough. I'll be the first to admit it. I don't do that enough. You know, I chat, but I never actually sit there. You know what I mean? Don't do that enough. But that's not saying I'm not open ears or eyes open around like that. Absolutely are. But there's also the kind of thing. Sorry, you said something at the start. It slipped me mind. You said something at the start. Don't
do nothing wrong. As in, don't.
Oh, it was some. Oh, the programming. Mess around with like I'm all for sticking with the basic stuff, but like mess around with your programming. Like you try some of the programs. Do you know what I mean?
Oh
like,
yeah,
no,
absolutely.
I'm talking only when you're out on the front line. Do you know what I mean? Only when you're out on the gym floor, and like you're putting together your program. You've got your first 4 clients that you've ever had in your life. Let's say that. Let's say you got 4, 3 to 4. Mess around with that programming. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't it's not all just going to run smoothly like that. You might get a client as well. It might turn around like, I can't do that. And like, you never have to just say, yeah, you can. You have to acknowledge. Do you know what I mean? Find out why they can't.
Yeah. So I couldn't agree more. It's like when you're in this PT course, you're training people who are becoming, like, you're coaching somebody who's becoming a PT. They know these movements.
Yeah.
So like, when you meet with somebody and they don't have the capacity to split squat or like the strength or the balance, it's like, okay, this is a different ballgame. And that's what we as coaches learn with time, and why PT courses should be longer.
Because you're coaching a coach. Yeah, you're coaching an aspiring coach. Yeah, so they know movements and they know how to hinge. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
They're all they know how to retract the scap. They're all
It's like,
Jesus.
It's like, how the fuck?
That's a whole other chat in itself, actually, man. That's another one.
Man, we'll jump on again still, and we'll just
Jesus, that's actually no. There's 3 solid topics. There's 3 solid topics. Yeah, we'll have to put the kettle on for that one. Jesus, yeah. This is it. And so absolutely. The touch off on that one. Mess around with the program, 100%. Because don't go in on a whim You know, do not go in just on a whim sometimes, like, oh, I'm just going to throw this in, I'm just going to throw
Yeah.
that in. Be
Yeah.
on your game.
Yeah. I think that's another really, really, really important one that we're going to, because we probably continue to pull things.
Yeah.
Please follow a program. Like, don't just have somebody just train, like have an exciting new workout for them every single day. Don't do that. You get like, you have lots of fun, get really good at nothing. Dude, like, mess around with your programming, but have, like, if you want to change around accessories, do, but like pick your deadlift variation, pick your squat variation, pick your main presses for your main sessions, whatever they're going to be. Get really good at performing these movements, and then everything fits in. Like, if you teach somebody how to back squat, like, their ability to front squat and stuff is going to like come like that.
Yeah, but sometimes, in fairness, that though, I'll agree to a certain extent. But sometimes people just don't have the wrist and the shoulder extension. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
Oh no,
to actually perform the squat.
Yeah,
You mean to actually perform the squat? Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, just
or let's just say if you're doing a back squat, let's say you can do a goblet squat. Not a bother to you.
Or a
100%
safety.
agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed you there.
Yeah, I can't
I
front
get you.
squat. I injured myself front squatting 2 years ago, and I haven't had the wrist since.
I don't know what it is. I seem to nearly enjoy it more. It just sits on me delts nice now. Don't get me wrong. It's not the same way it is on the back. That's the next dream, is to have the same weight on the front as it is on the back.
I don't think that'll ever happen though. Your back will just get stronger as your front goes up.
But yeah. And then, but first, so sometimes what happens is, I did this where I know, once again, the ego goes out the window and the weight drops. Is if my ass kicks up first, you better believe that weight's too heavy. Do you know what I mean? You're like, once again, there's another sign, like, because I know how to front squat. Jeez, man, we can stay on this for hours. If you know how to front squat, right? You can push that boundary to go to. You can push that one extra little rep just because you know you're safe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can push that little rep. You can push your body to doing a bad technique rep. Let's just say you can do a bad technique rep because you've got enough muscle density all around your joints and all around your body. You're gonna be all right. But if it's general population, if it's Margaret that comes in, don't put her in a front squat.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Jesus. The exercise is limitless, but you're dead right. Stick to what you know, guys. Like, stick and stick to what's proven to work throughout the years. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't create the front squat. You didn't create the hip hinge. But yeah, people have been doing it for tens of years. Do you know what I mean? We're just preaching it again and then putting it into perfect practice with other people as well. You know, so don't all of a sudden change. Oh, let's don't go in and start off in a staggered stance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Deadly.
Right. It's I don't know. It's Mike. You just have me brain like me. It's racing right now. Like, do you know what I mean? There's endless amounts. It's good to have peers and mates like this. You know what I mean? It's good.
What else? Go on. We'll get one more in each.
Right, you go. I feel I ended the last conversation. You go.
You.
Go on. I'll put it on you. You're the host.
I had something there before I said it, and then I lost it. Oh man. We can maybe just like stability wise, you'd be more benefit with a press up than a dumbbell press if somebody doesn't have the stability in their shoulder. So we can use a press up as our strength movement while practicing our dumbbell pressing technique.
Yeah. I've got one.
Go.
Do you feel that your reps always need to be perfect?
Do I feel?
Yeah, because I don't.
Oh no, it's like, no. For me, I'm a big fan of. I hate saying this. I like ugly training.
Yeah.
I with some movements, like when it comes to like upper back movements and stuff. No, let your pulls be ugly. I hate saying this. Use some momentum and control that negative with some things. With other things, no, technique has to be perfect.
And yet there's some wannabe know-it-alls out there that just say, like, no, you should not. Not like, you know your body. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't put your weight on my back, but I'd put my weight on my back and I'd add in those extra reps or whatever the case is and be able to progress in an ugly fashion, as you say, from rep 10 to rep 13. I'll do that. Do you know what I mean? I'll progress ugly. Do you know what I mean? They'll start off quite nice, quite smooth and stuff like that. But folks, that's what fatigue is. It's your muscles just like they're trying to, like, your mind's trying to challenge your muscle. I know your mind to muscle connection, all that kind of stuff. That's absolutely very important. It has its place massively. However, like, when it becomes to like a progression of ticking off that last rep or ticking off those last 2 reps in reserve that you might have, like, go there. If your muscle is there, if you have a certain level in your training programs, your training regime, how many years you've been doing, how many months you've been doing, whatever the case is, then go there. You know, don't feel, half the gym's going to look at me doing a bad rep and all. Like, half the gym doesn't give a shit. No, the whole gym doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. To a certain extent, like, if shout for spots as well. This is even off as a PT. If you're barbell pressing, don't barbell press the failure without a spot. If you're squatting, have the fucking safety pins up.
Yeah.
Probably to a certain extent, don't let your deadlift technique go too much.
No.
Don't do widowmaker sets on squats. So like when you stand for 15 seconds with the bar on your back before your last rep, that rep is carrying too much fatigue.
Yeah, totally agree. Just on squats there, actually. Sorry. Do you believe it always has, like, people's range matters and stuff like that as well? Do you feel if you can't squat below 90, you shouldn't be squatting?
Oh no, man! Have you watched my squats this morning? I don't squat to parallel.
Well, that's all I can do. I can get down to 90 because the teardrop starts to kick in too much for me when I get down that little bit lower. But surprisingly enough, on front squats, it doesn't really happen. It's like my upper back tends to, I don't know what it is, it tends to hold me a little bit better and stuff. Or maybe it's because my spine isn't being flexed too much on my front squats as opposed to what it is on my back squats. Maybe something like that. But I just feel I can't go below 90 when I'm doing back squats.
Yeah. So if you're not a power lifter, stay within your active range. If you need to for your sport, go into spinal flexion to get below parallel, do. It's a sport. It's like, there's wins and loses here. We
stay within your active range. That's a good one. Stay within your active range. Yeah.
Like unless you're a power lifter, then just do the do. To be honest.
Like even sometimes I have a prop behind me. Like, I mean, I'll have the bench.
I see you do that a lot. Yeah.
And then I'd have, let's say, a 15, it's a couple of inches, maybe 3 inches and stuff like that. If I have to tap it, I know I'm putting some kilos onto the bench and onto the plate and stuff like that. But for me, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, but who cares as long as you keep that consistent? Progress is progress, if that says the same.
Yeah, like even yesterday, like I was doing, I think it was an EMOM. It was 5 back squats at 103 or something, or 104. And the ski. And it was 10 minutes. So it was 50 squats. So 5. So if I was doing it, let's say I was doing 100, ultimately that was 500 kilos over the whole block, like of momentum going on to me. I had the prop set underneath. Do you know what I mean? My heart rate was blowing out of its arse coming off the ski. Do you know what I mean? But then that lets me believe that if I wasn't doing some sort of a condition or a higher heart rate exercise as a superset, let's say on the EMOM, then I could have went more than 104, but I knew I couldn't based on the other exercise that was running parallel with it. Do you know what I mean? But then I know that's in my mind. I'm like, whack that 130 on it and take a 3-4 minutes rest every time. Then I know I can do it based on the number that I did with a big bang heart raiser ski, and then popping that 104 on. Of course, I can go 130, 135 if I wanted it. Do you know what I mean? Savage. I might ask you to spot me though.
Right. So I feel like we have some unfinished business, but I need a wee. I need a wee, and I have another podcast in 10 minutes.
100%, bro. You got to make the most of those 10 minutes now.
I gotta stick. I have a coffee, get some water into me, and
good show.
Have some breathing to myself.
Yeah, man. That was.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. You really was great value.
Not a problem, bro. Not a problem. Any time we want to join up, we've got another couple of topics that we need to chat about. So let's set up another one.
I think we might do.
My man.
Right, savage man.
Okay.
We shall chat soon. I'm gonna
Have,
just pause this now.
yeah.
Pause. Stop recording.